Let's see. This should be good, I think. Let me know. Is it gonna stay though? Let me grab a drink. If we're not starting just yet. Let me know if the camera's all right.
It's not on.
Here we go. It's on now, right?
Now it's on.
Is that good? You think that's all right?
Yes.
Okay.
And welcome to the No Name Yet podcast. That is the podcast with no name. And on tonight's show is the man who smokes him when he's got him, EJ.
I think this is the most accurate intro I've gotten so far.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I can never complain. And another day you wake up, it's a good day.
Yeah. I'm a little scattered today. I forgot to put on my headphones. Hold on just a second. All right. I was listening to you through the speakers. I'm not quite used to that.
It's weird, huh?
Well, I noticed it just as soon as we started. And so how have you been? You been good?
Oh yeah, can't complain.
Yep. Did I just ask you that?
Yep.
Okay.
My cat just got fixed, so he's still a little woozy.
Okay. He's a little out of it.
Yeah, but he's laying over there on the side, so if you hear him, my bad.
Okay. Um Last Sunday we had the Guy Fawkes special. We do it every year. And so this background, you may have not seen this background before. This is a new background. We may use it for a while, or it might be just the permanent background. Who knows?
Okay.
But before we start the show, we must always, honor Big Sister. And I think you recognize her. Do you recognize who Big Sister is?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a Hillary Clinton. And let me just make a disclaimer that EJ has nothing to do with this. So it should not reflect poorly on him, just on me. And so let's lift up our homage to Big Sister. Oh, Big Sister, our mighty destroyer. We praise your Libyan carnage and the destruction of your husband's mistresses. Feed Big Sister with the 500,000 Ukrainian dead and wait on Gaza for our sister's bread. All right. So we've done our proper
that was a limerick and a half.
Yeah, a proper homage to Big Sister. So we all know that that the host of the show, that'd be me, is very anti-war. And so EJ and I are going to be sharing different things. So we wrote down some things today, but we're going to get to that later in the show. We're going to set this as a little bit of a teaser. All right. And so are you excited to share the things?
I think I got some good ones.
Oh, you okay? All right. So just to start the show, I ran into this TikTok, and I'd like you to. I'm going to play it through, and then we'll go through it again, and I'll stop and I'll start it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where y'all always got something to be mad at. I see no good reason why an actor of any race can't play any historical figure. It's acting. Queen Charlotte, you got Queen Charlotte coming out from Shonda. Then the internet be internet Muhammad Ali. Snow White. Queen Elizabeth II. Y'all are so immature. Polar bear. Leave the animals out of this, please. Martin Luther King, what? The man who stood against the naked. Get out of here. Obama. Simone. He be snooped. Please, Rosa Parks. I ain't finna move. Under the sea. I swear, y'all.
All right, what do you think?
I think it's a lot funnier because of her. Like the lady makes it funny to me.
So let's go through it again and we'll stop it, especially for those that are listening. So I think I know what she's talking about, this first part. Well, here we go.
Y'all always got something to be mad at. I see no good reason why an actor of any race can't play any historical figure. It's acting. Queen Charlotte, you got Queen Charlotte coming out from Shonda. Then the internet be internet.
All right. So as she said, the internet is interneting. And we've got a movie poster of Mark Wahlberg playing Muhammad Ali. And we'll go on to the next one.
Muhammad Ali. Snow White.
Now, I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
I think I've seen videos about her. Like this is the new Snow. This is from this new
Yeah, but I mean, do you know who this black man is?
I don't know specifically who he is. I just seen people talking about it, but I don't know who he is or what he does.
So for Snow White and those that can't see it, there is a very big black man with a beard, big muscles, kind of a bit of a gut on him, big full beard, and he's gonna play Snow White. All right. So next.
I don't think that's accurate.
All right. And then we have a black woman as Queen Elizabeth II. And then
y'all are so immature.
And what she's saying that they're also immature about is a young black man with his hair, his black hair, cut similarly, and a mustache similarly to Hitler. All right.
Polar bear.
And the polar bears are all black. And she says, leave the animals out of this.
Leave the animals out of this, please. Martin Luther King, what? The man.
So Martin Luther King is played by Ryan Gosling.
Who stood against the naked. Get out of here. Obama.
Okay, Obama is Christian Bale. And I missed that one. We'll just go on. But this one I like. There's a picture of the Pope in a white bubble coat, and the question is can he play Snoop?
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks, and it's I don't know, some kind of movie poster with a bus following like one of those little skinny roads along the sea, like it might be in Europe or South America, and up top it says Chris Pratt, and his face is superimposed over the image. So Chris Pratt is gonna play Rosa Parks.
Under the sea.
And under the sea is an image of the mermaid with the face of Michael Jackson superimposed under the long red hair.
Oh man.
So
Oh,
what
man.
do you think? Can anybody play any part?
I don't know, man. This that's a loaded question, but in my opinion, no,
Yeah.
no.
Well, yeah, and it
Just for
shouldn't.
the simple fact that to me, it doesn't matter the race, right? But like you're already remaking a movie and replacing people. Just make something new. You know what I mean? Make something new.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I think this whole Hollywood, because Hollywood just figured out like they just the actors stuff just ended, right? And
Um,
to me, I'm like, because that's what I heard. I heard that they came to an agreement, but to me, I'm like, give the robots a chance. Like at least they might come up with something original and new instead of just remaking stuff.
well, it
Everyone just
would be
starts
nice
changing
if they
stuff.
did, they wrote some new stories, um, and created some series or universes that included non-traditionally cast people. I agree with you. Make something new.
Yeah, make something
Um,
new. Even if it has like the same characters or it's in the same universe, like do something new. Don't just rehash it with different cultures playing the roles. It's just weird
yeah,
to me.
and then changing lore
Mm-hmm.
also, and that, I mean, we encountered that in a Doctor Who.
Mm.
That they're actually changing the lore of the show to accommodate a black person as like the original Doctor. And I mean, I don't understand what the point of that is. I mean, especially with a series like Doctor Who, where it's been on television for close to 60 years, and the main character changes its form every time they need a new actor or actress. And what we found out when they made Doctor Who a woman, that the agenda was to dismantle Doctor Who as it was, and recreate it. And I know it's a broad term, and I know it's not how the term was originally intended, but they went at it with a woke agenda, and they destroyed it.
I agree.
And you know, for the first female doctor, they didn't explore her womanhood. They didn't explore any changes on how she was treated as she was going on through life because she was a woman. I mean, the material that they could have written about her coping with being a male for a couple thousand years and now being a female.
Oh
um
yeah, yeah. It could have been real interesting.
yeah, with an
There's
element
lots
of
of that
that
in
while
there.
she's having these adventures, and yet keeping certain character traits that have been part of the Doctor
Mm-hmm.
throughout the series. I just think that uh when your agenda is to kind of, I don't know, when you're, in my opinion, if you're trying to force diversity,
Exactly.
it doesn't, it just wrecks things.
Force is the correct word. I agree with that because
and and
they're
now
not
that,
being subtle at all about it. You know what I mean? They're just like, This is what we want. This is what we're trying to say, or this is what the image we're trying to cultivate now."
right,
And
like,
I get that, but you're destroying whatever property you're touching with that. Whatever you add your agenda to, you're kind of mangling the property.
mhm. And the next Doctor is going to be a black man.
Well, hopefully they do better job than they did with the lady doctor.
Well, they they pretty much I don't know that anybody that was working on the series the last couple seasons is going to be a part of the new season.
Mm.
They went to Russell Davies. He's the lead writer that rebooted Doctor Who back in the early 2000s. And because nobody's watching it, they lost their audience. And I guess Russell Davies told them that the only way he would do it is if it was filmed at his studios and that the BBC had no creative input. But when it comes to different kind of casting, when I was in college in the 80s, taking theater, the director cast a black woman as Gertrude in Hamlet. And the local paper did this big piece. Oh my God, non-traditional casting. They cast a African American woman as Queen Gertrude in the play Hamlet, and oh, what a great thing that was. And
And this was happening in the 80s.
well, I mean, as soon as the 80s, it was still a big deal.
Mm.
And I don't take any issue with that kind of
No, no.
casting. You know,
No,
even
I think for a play, like I think you want the better actor or actress
mhm,
because it's like it's live. Like you really got to keep people's attention. At least with a movie, you have at least a couple takes to get it right, or however the director wants it. But live, you just got to be good.
yeah. And I,
So
you know,
I
and
don't have
and
a
I know
problem.
that Snow White was a big controversy. I don't have a problem with like it matters if I did have a problem. But I mean, I don't see the problem in casting uh people of different races in the role of Snow White. It's just what are you going to do with the rest? Is it going to be the story Snow White, or
No,
is the
no. From what
story
I
of Snow
understand,
White going to be altered?
because I've seen like videos of, I guess, the actress. And she's like, nah, like we're gonna make her more empowered, and she's not gonna need the prince. I'm like, but that's like the whole thing. It's like she loves that man. Like what?
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're supposed to get together. Like what are you talking about? You just make a new movie at this
Yeah,
point.
create a new story of, you know.
It doesn't make sense.
But
uh,
yeah, well, let me ask you this. Um, this is a big beef that I have with I don't watch a lot of Disney movies, but I succumbed to a coworker when I used to work at the bank who
mm,
was head over heels in love with Olaf from Frozen. And
okay.
she had Olaf all over her cubicle. And she's like, "Oh, you've got to watch this movie. It's such a good movie." And so she lent it to me, and I finally succumbed and I watched Frozen. Did you ever see Frozen?
I have not. I've seen clips. I don't really like musical stuff, like people just breaking out. Even in like a CG movie or something, I just think it's weird for people to just in the middle of a conversation break out and start in the song. Like I don't know, I can't. It's weird to me.
Yeah. Well,
It's just like they're eating dinner and she's just like, oh, pass the peas, like you don't got to sing everything. Relax yourself, all right? We're
well,
trying to
yeah,
eat here.
I don't even remember like what they needed to do to save everybody, but they had to go up the mountain and down the mountain and do all this stuff. And then at the end of the movie, you find out that it's love. If you
Yeah.
just express your love, then everything, and then everything just went away and everything was great. And so when I went back and I brought the movie back to my coworker, and she said, how did you like the movie?" I said, I thought it stunk. And she goes, how can you say that? How can the movie stink? I said, because I could have done the movie in 15 minutes.
I'm gonna get hung for saying this, but I think that's just what women like. They like love is the answer, or they
Yeah.
like all that. That's why women watch Hallmark movies. And
Well,
us, well, not good
I mean,
enough.
they could have shown their love in the first 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, with us, we're like, all right, like you're dragging it now. Like
Yeah.
we could have cut
All
a
the
whole
drama
hour
on the mountain didn't even need to happen. So anyway,
off. I don't really
Oh,
watch a lot of live action or movies or TV.
oh,
And the one thing I want to say is the reason why I think anime is the best is because there's no weird politics or agendas being pushed, you know? People are
uh-huh.
just like, "Hey, I got this interesting idea and I'm gonna do it." And I like that. I like that.
Okay. So out of curiosity, I thought that I would play this trailer from this movie, and I forgot which platform it's going up on, but we'll see it in the trailer. And I wanted to see if you would be interested in seeing this movie.
Okay.
No doubt you've seen the chaos in the streets. We must make an example, or France will fall.
What would you do if this assignment of defense was transferred to you?
I promise you brilliant successes. Everyone around is...
What is this costume you have on?
This is my uniform. I led the French victory at Toulon.
What is your name?
Napoleon.
Has the course of my life just changed? Napoleon.
I am destined for greatness. But those in power will only see me as a sword.
I suggest you take the throne
As a king.
holding on.
Shall we vote?
This vermin has held the world hostage with his egotism and his lack of simple good manners.
You think you're great. You are just a tiny little brute that is nothing without me.
All of Europe is uniting forces against me.
What's the outcome of this if you don't succeed?
Your Majesty, we are discovered. Good.
It's a trap!
I'm the first to admit when I make a mistake. I simply never do.
What do you think? Napoleon on
I
Apple.
I would check it out, but I also feel like I might fall asleep halfway through. But I would start it though, but I might fall asleep.
Okay. Yeah, I've been seeing the advertisements for it, and when I was getting ready for the show, I'm like, let me just watch this, and I'm like, I'm there. I really want to see this movie. I want to be reminded of, because I vaguely remember the history of Napoleon.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. So you remember
I
some
just
of it?
know that I know a little bit of it, but I like the only reason why I said I might fall asleep is because like I feel like when the action kicks up, it'll be crazy. But then like the downtime, that's what's gonna get me. I'm gonna be like, I can't. They're just talking, or he's just traveling right now. Like this is kind of boring.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that, and I think it said Thanksgiving, didn't it?
I wasn't I was so engrossed in the trailer, I wasn't reading anything.
Yeah, it was right at the end. They flashed. I think it said Thanksgiving. And okay. Well, if anyone's really interested in it, um, they'll find out. So here's another YouTube short that I got a kick out of, and I'm just gonna play it and see how you like it.
All right, it's up.
These kids are amazing. I can't stop watching this.
Are you Donald Trump?
Yes, I am. You know.
And I'm Hillary Clinton.
Shut up. Anyway, we want this bag of candy so huge to the rim.
These kids are amazing. I can't stop watching this.
Are you?
Anyway, here's a bag of candy. No, that's pretty good. That's a solid impression.
Yeah, little kids, a little girl that's supposed to be Hillary Clinton. He tells her to shut up.
Shut up. Here's a bag of candy.
Yeah.
That's a good Donald impression.
So I know you look at these little kids, and the kid doing Trump, you're like, yeah, he's got him down really good.
mean,
What's that kid like? Maybe
hard.
11, 12 years old?
I don't think it's hard to like copy Donald the way he talks. It's weird. You know what I mean? He talks kind of like a robot.
Yeah, but the kid just wasn't imitating his voice. He was imitating his, actions, his personality. Yeah.
I don't think I could do his mannerisms like that. That's good though. That's funny.
All right. So we keep on moving along. I want to play the beginning of this news story, reported by Rising on YouTube, and we'll just chit chat about it briefly.
Republican Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn announced a series of subpoenas, most notably one on the estate of deceased wealthy financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, including the flight logs from his private plane. Let's watch.
And since we're in the business of issuing subpoenas now, here are a few more that I've filed. A subpoena to Jeffrey Epstein's estate to provide the flight logs for his private plane. Given the numerous allegations of human trafficking and sexual abuse surrounding Mr. Epstein, I think it is very important that we identify everybody that was on that plane and how many trips they took on that plane and the destinations to which they arrived.
You know what? I kind of agree. I don't know if that's the only way to go about it is to go, I guess technically that means she's going after like his family now, right?
Well, I've never really heard too much about family, but
well, no, but she said his estate, so I'm assuming that like one of his like family members is running stuff, but I agree. We should know who the hell was on that plane, and you know what I mean. I agree. I want to know who else is going there. We need to know. We need to know who the hell else needs to go behind bars.
Do you think that we're ever going to find out?
No, we're definitely not everybody. We might find out somewhat like a couple people, maybe like a handful, but everybody, no. There's no way.
So
if anything, I don't think he was dumb enough to keep all the blogs. Who the hell would? What is there, like a book? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
here, sign your name right here.
Well, I mean, flight logs on a plane are like official. I think they're official legal documents.
Oh,
I believe that you have to maintain those for the Federal Aviation Commission.
I think he had something in play to where like, hey, wait, when I die, you burn all of these.
Well, I mean, that could be the case.
So I don't think we'll ever know all the people that were involved, which is very sad.
And I just think that it's, I mean, it's amazing that the lack of curiosity that the media has shown to dig deeper into this story.
They could definitely get some crazy headlines. You know what I mean? Very clickbait titles online. Like they could definitely get some views and I don't know, man. They're slacking.
I just don't believe that there's nothing to see here.
Maybe they're scared, man.
Well, I think people are scared. I'd be scared.
That lady isn't scared. She's the one that got the biggest pair around here.
Yep, yep. So, well, that brings us to our main event. So, as we just hop from war to war, and yeah, I don't know. I just can't think of a time when we weren't at war. Just as soon as 2000, the Iraq War started.
Hey, man, our country was born through war. That's all we know.
Yeah. I was talking to EJ and I said, well, apparently everything can be solved with a bomb. And that since the U.S. government has shown us that there's nothing that can't be solved with a bomb, we're going to start solving our own problems with bombs.
Okay, this is good.
Okay, this is
How
good.
How are we going to do this? You go and then I go, or?
Yes.
All right.
So, and I've got different explosions queued up here. So we'll just begin. So now I haven't had one of these in a long time, but there's always a chance. Pimples. I hated getting pimples. And so the first thing that I offer that we are going to blow up are pimples.
That's very wholesome. And I will counter you by saying that I think we need to blow up all the geese in the world. All right? Because I get what people say. Every species has its role. What the hell do geese do? They fly into planes and crash planes. They walk around my front yard. What do they do?
They poop
on
your
my
front
grass. What do they do? Who are they helping? What are they doing?
Well,
Get rid of all
there's
of them.
a lot of people in the village of Scotia, EJ, that would agree with you.
See, I'm not alone. Let's just blow up all the geese. Like if I could choose one species of bird to get rid of, it would be geese. We don't need them.
Okay, all right. So let's blow up pimples and geese. So our first
the geese with pimples.
So our first explosion is brought to you by the Iraq War.
Oh my God.
All right, there we go. Yep, pimples and geese. Blown up just like an Iraqi. All right. Well, since you brought up animals, I cannot stand lifting a rock or looking at a plant or going out in the yard and encountering a slug.
I thought you were gonna be like snakes, every time I pick up a rock, a snake bites me. I was ready to defend them. I'm like, no, they're fine. But
no,
slugs, I'm not with you.
Yeah.
What do they do? What?
They eat lettuce. They eat your lettuce.
They're monsters.
You know what a snail looks like?
Yeah, they're just a homeless. They're just a homeless snail.
They're a homeless snail. Yeah.
Get a job.
So what do you got?
I want to round up all the self-checkout machines from all the stores and blow those up. All right, I'm really sick and tired of these. Because are they really self-checkout? When, first of all, they got an employee standing right there near all of them. Because something is always going to go wrong. And it always happens to me. where like it's not scanning, and they're like, oh, we got to get a different one, or oh, like, hey, I just scanned it once, and now it's like just charging me for 3 of them. What's going on?
Uh-huh.
And I think it's just stupid. Like, what are we paying these people for if we got machines? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
let's get rid of the machines that don't work all the time and just open more registers. Have more people running registers. All right.
Right. And and I'm going to complain about CVS. That
Go
their
ahead.
self checkouts. I mean, the introduction of those just went very poorly. You just walk too close to them, and they're like, "Do you have your CVS card?" I'm not even ready to check out. Do you have your CVS card? Have you put your items in the bagging area? Have you put your items in the bagging area? And then when you'd go into CVS, they'd be like, "Oh, well, the self checkout is open." So I got acclimated to using the self checkout. You know what they went and did?
They got rid of it.
No, they close them after 7 o'clock.
Why? What's the point?
I don't
Where does
know.
the machine get tired?
I
Is it
don't
his
want to
break?
go to the human being anymore.
What is it? It's on break? Are they striking? Robot rights?
I
Get
don't
rid of
know.
them.
I don't know. All right, so we are going to blow up slugs and self checkouts, and we are going to do this one with a nuclear explosion. All right.
It's real quiet now without all those self-checkouts yelling at you.
And it's a lot noisier without the slugs. All right. So EJ, what do you got next?
All right, this is gonna be bad because it's like it technically is a building, but I think we need to blow up all these call centers that all these scam likely are working at.
Oh yeah.
We need to get rid of these. These are the human parasites that we need to get rid of.
Okay, scam.
Stealing money from the old people. You know what I mean? Up their lives. Sorry for the language.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right.
I got to give you a lot of credit for that one. And did you watch Pierogi on YouTube?
I don't remember the name, but I watch. There's this guy that I watch, and his job is he'll waste like a whole day or a couple days of their time. He'll show them an account that has money. Meanwhile, it's like fake money. So they're trying to do all this work to get it, and he's just wasting their time. I'm like, this is good.
He uses a voice filter of an old lady,
and he's always wearing the glasses. We're talking the same guy. Yeah.
That's Pierogi.
He's doing, you know what? He's doing God's work.
Well, he is. He's toppled some pretty large organizations.
We got to give him the bombs. He knows where to put them. He knows.
All right. So this is gonna maybe sound a little OCD, but I want to blow up unmowed curb cuts. So I'm talking about those curb cuts where you get off an exit and you can either go straight or you go right, and there's that little island. That little island that makes you go right, and then there's weeds and stuff growing out of it. It's
overgrown.
Yeah. There's either weeds coming out of the cracks or it's supposed to be grass and it's all weeds. I think that they're ugly. I think that they just bring, the whole city could be made out of gold and crystal, and one unmowed curb cut would just ruin the whole thing for me.
I kind of agree.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we're on the same page. So we are going to blow up scammers and unmowed curb cuts with an airstrike on the Islamic State.
Oh Lordy.
All right.
I'm gonna be in hot water for that one.
Çek.
Oh,
that was crazy.
Yeah. It seemed like a little overkill for two people on a hill. But they got him. They got him. Nothing like U.S. weaponry.
That's where all our tax-paying dollars go to.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how many hundreds of thousands of dollars that strike was. Okay, so that was 3, right?
I
EJ?
think that was 4. No, wait, was it?
Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah, it was 3. Okay.
Okay, so what's your next one?
I want to round up all the pairs of headphones that you buy, and like something's always wrong with them, or we just go straight to the source and get rid of the factories that are making these faulty products. But I'm sick and tired of buying headphones and one ear doesn't work, or you gotta like twist the wire up for it to work right. Like, what happened to quality control around here?
True.
I'm spending money. I'm spending good money. I want to say every 2 weeks, or like maybe like once a month, I gotta buy a new pair of headphones because something's wrong with them. And maybe it's my fault because I'm buying cheap headphones. But how about we just
Where are
not
you
make
buying your
cheap
headphones?
garbage? I'm getting them from like the supermarket. We gotta blow up all the supermarket headphones. They're no good.
No, wait a second. We'll be right back. I've got to find a TikTok for EJ. We're back. All right. So EJ, I need you to pay attention to this. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
That's
So
what
there's
what it sounds like. Yeah.
So there's this man walking out of Dollar General. He starts the song, and then when the artist starts to rap, you heard what happened, and he turns around, dejected, back into Dollar General.
I've done that. I've actually done that a couple times where like I go back and because I actually knew, like I went to the store where I knew the guy behind the counter, and I'm like, yo, bro, like you need to swap these out, bro. There's no way. Like I'm getting on the bus. I gotta go somewhere. I need my music. Like I just got off the bus because my headphones are bad. Like I just came right back. Like I need a new pair.
One of the comments on that is sounds like a gangsta mosquito. But anyway.
What's yours? I'm curious now.
All right. Supermarket headphones and the Statue of Liberty.
That's crazy. What? What you got? What's wrong with her?
Well, let me explain. I don't want to blow up the Statue of Liberty. I want to blow up a Statue of Liberty. And the Statue of Liberty that I particularly want to blow up is the one that is in the park right across from Schenectady County Community College. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
That when they decided they were going to do some major work in that area. Now, mind you, I don't know what the name of that park actually is, but for years. I'm talking about when I was a little boy, riding in the back of the family car when we would come back home from my grandparents or, some, other destination. And we would come down that ramp in front of the college. I would always look to see the Statue of Liberty. And for years, the Statue of Liberty was always visible. And occasionally someone would come by and they would put a bra on the Statue of Liberty, and that we would laugh and laugh because it was so funny. Well, over the years, the trees got bigger, the branches got longer, and over the years, people started forgetting about that park. Oh, actually, what it was one of our mayors, instead of, keeping the park flat, had him bring in all this dirt. And so there was like these, there was these humps, and that you could walk like in between them, but they were too steep for them to really get a good mow. So the park just went downhill, and they stopped trimming. Yeah, they stopped trimming the trees. I mean, you couldn't see the Statue of Liberty, EJ, for years.
That's
for
crazy.
Years, you could not see the Statue of Liberty. Well, when they started doing some major work on that park, they took her out. And they decided to put her in a different part of the city, on the corner of Erie Boulevard and Union Street. So if you remembered she was there, you would get a glimpse of her. But if you didn't, you'd drive right past her. You wouldn't know the difference. So for a few years after they moved her, there was editorials that would pop up like every 6 months. We need to put her back. And I'm like, where were you people all those years that she was, who was taking care of the Statue of Liberty all those years? The guys that used to live at the Y, because right across from that park was the YMCA and the YMCA residence for men. So you had all these guys that were staying there, on social services, and they would go over and they would utilize the park. They would have barbecues there. And the reason I know this is I used to do services there. They would have their own little picnics and barbecues there. And sometimes you'd see a guy cutting the grass with a pair of scissors. Okay. So where were these people all those years?
They figured someone was already doing it.
Right. But you couldn't see the Statue of Liberty unless you went into the park. You couldn't see it driving by it. So,
I want to know why they put what made them put hills there. Why?
I
what
have
was
no idea.
Need?
I don't know. It was one of the worst moves they could have made. I mean, if ever they were going to build a park for somebody to get assaulted in, that was the park.
One.
Yeah.
Nobody would know.
Yeah, let's build these big humps. Yeah. So now she's back. Now you can see her, but just out of the spite of it, let's blow her up.
You know what? I agree, because they're not going to care until after something happens.
Yeah, a handful of people are
gonna
going to start
like,
writing
oh,
editorials. Yeah. When she's just standing there with no arm in the air, no head.
The torch is on the floor.
All right, let's see what kind of bomb do we have now? This is a bombing of Aleppo.
That one was a little lackluster. I think they could have done better.
yeah, that was a little lackluster. But yeah, you know what those kind of bombs were? Those were cluster bombs.
Ah.
So, cluster bombs they drop, I think it's one bomb, and then they separate into lots of little bombs. and all of them don't blow up, and that's why they're illegal. But all sides still use them. Okay.
Well, you know what? If everybody's using them, then I guess it's not too illegal.
Right. So what is the last thing that you want to blow up?
I still can't remember the one I was gonna pick, but I remember when I was taking my shower today, I was like, I do have a joke one in case I
Okay.
forget one of them, and it is the moon or Mars. And I picked the moon or Mars, right? All right, so if I
Okay,
pick
all right.
Mars, it's only because I want to know if Elon Musk has a backup plan for if Mars is just gone. And I picked the moon because I really want to know how bad it's gonna get with the oceans. Because everybody says the moon plays a big part with the tides. Like let's see how
Yeah.
big a part. I'm just gonna be a super villain. Hey, there's no people up there. We'll be fine.
Okay. All right.
Blowing up celestial bodies out here.
Now this comes with a caveat. That we would certainly stop the person driving and let them know we were going to bomb their car and let them get out. But I would like to bomb people with no destination.
The aimless drivers.
The aimless driver.
You don't like the
Yep.
guy that just wants to drive around just because?
Yeah, the person where everyone's trying to go to work and that everyone's kind of driving together, you know. Everyone is, going, maybe 35 to 40 miles an hour, on the city streets. Things are cooking along, that we all hit the lights the right way. And at Erie Boulevard and State and Erie Boulevard and Liberty and Erie Boulevard and Union, we're going to get those three lights. Our timing is perfect. And just as you're crossing State Street, some aimless person takes a little right on red in front of you and goes 15 miles an hour. And then you get the light at Liberty, and you got to wait. And just as the green light at Liberty is changing, it turns red at Union. And of course, this person that's going 15 miles an hour is not going to take the right on red onto Union.
Oh, Pastor, this has happened. This probably happened yesterday.
It happened this week. Yeah, it happened this week. It didn't happen today or yesterday, but it happened this week. And so I would be riding with somebody before I got on the walkie-talkie to order the bombing, have them knock on the passenger window, get out of your car.
You have your car's all decked out like a cop car, and you just have the whole PA system. Get out of the car. There's a bomb.
We're going to blow you up.
I'm glad that I don't and can't drive, because there were definitely days when I lived in New York where I was just like, well, I'm bored. I'll roll up a joint and just walk. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just gonna walk. So I'm glad I can't drive, so I'm not in your way. Because then I'd be one of those people losing my car.
So
I had 5 payments left on that, man. Come on. My premiums, they're gonna go up now.
That's right. So well, let's ask Big Sister. Do you want to order this bombing? Oh, she said we could go ahead. All right.
She said, what kind of question was that? You didn't even have to ask.
Of course I do.
What, are you not American?
Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to blow up the moon and blow up with those rogue drivers with no destination, with a bomb, an Israeli bomb that we will witness blowing up the Gazan First National Bank. Want to see that one again?
You know what? I want to blow up the banks too. Can we add that?
We got to stipulate that it's off hours.
Fine. It's off hours. Nobody's there. It's a holiday. It's Christmas. Nobody's going to the bank on Christmas.
No, you can't ruin people's Christmas. That'd be like that. Yeah, you can. Labor Day.
Man,
Labor Day.
They're the ones that are taken out of your account to go, I don't know, invest, and then they'll lose your money. I mean, are they really good? Are they?
Well, we're not going to blow up any people. Unlike all the governments that were reflected in these bombings, we're not going to blow up people.
I guess we have to be better.
We are metaphorically opening or blowing things up. Yeah. So one more time. So there we go. We are going to be good Americans. There we go. We are going to be good Americans and solve all of life's problems with a bomb. Very good.
Honestly, man, when you brought this up to me, I'm like, this is just open for misunderstandings. This is just rife with conflict and misunderstandings. So
yeah,
hopefully people know we're not gonna go out and hurt anybody.
No, we're definitely not going to hurt anybody.
Except for those geese. I'm very serious about those geese. They gotta go. They're a problem.
Well, we might get in trouble by an animal activist, but
PETA, please. PETA doesn't even like Pokemon. It's a game, and they're like it's animal fighting. It's a game. It's not real.
They have an objection to Pokemon.
Yeah, they don't like it. They're like, oh, I guess it influences animal violence, right? Animal on animal violence.
Do you know that a chapter? I think it was a chapter of PETA. Well, let me first start off this way. So, New York, all the way down to New York City, coming up the Hudson Valley, part of the Mohawk Valley, was populated by the Dutch. And 1600s, 1700s. And the word kill, Kill, means like creek or stream. So there's a lot of kills around here. There's the Poston kill, the Outlaws kill. I know there's a lot more. I'm just not rolling off my tongue. But at one point, this was, I don't know how many years ago, probably a couple decades ago, WRGB Channel 6 out of Schenectady reported that a chapter of PETA was demanding that the town of Fishkill change its name.
They're going after children's video games and names of towns. This is crazy.
Names of towns that
this is crazy.
Yeah. That contain the remnants of the Dutch language. I'm not sure what you call the Dutch language, but that's
they're ridiculous. They could be doing a lot more. I think I'd rather see them outside.
What's that?
I said I think I'd rather see them outside of like clothing stores yelling at people buying leather and stuff than trying to get a town to change their name. You don't even live there. People have been there for years. Like, get out of here.
Right. I know the town's been around for almost 400 years.
Come on now. What's up with you?
All right, we end the episode the same way every time with a prayer. Father God, with everything that we've discussed, that we know that my approach may be a bit controversial for some people, And that, Lord, I just want to raise the intent that we really want the best for our fellow human beings, and that we want people to feel included. We want people to be included. We want people to get along. We want people to have safety and security on their streets. We want people to have homes. We want people to be a part of something bigger than themselves. So, Lord, we lift up a sense of peace today in our prayer, and that, God, we know that you have the final word over everything. I ask that you lift those that are feeling sorrow, anguish, and grief, and that, God, I ask that you give people in a state of crisis strengthen their spirit and the ability to keep on keeping on, helping one another. And that, Lord, may we help one another and love one another as we would love ourselves. And we pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Good night.